Also new this hour, one member of the New Orleans City Council says the city should consider moving the Upper Pontalba out of the city ownership. Councilman J.P. Morrell says the city could make more money by investing in a property in another location. The councilman made the suggestion to representatives from the French Market Corporation at this morning's budget hearing happening at City Hall. In August, council members voted on an ordinance that puts that apartment back on the open market for rent for anyone after questions about how the New Orleans Mayor Cantrell used the Pontalba as a living space for her. Inspector General Ed Michel says that apartment alone could generate nearly $36,000 a year for the city in rent. But Morrell says it's not worth it for many residents.
We have those residential units, I guess, that were created on the top floor and generate more revenue, but by the nature of the way they were created, they are uninhabitable for the most part during parts of the year.
Yeah.
The mayor's use of that French Quarter apartment has been at the center of a series of Lee Zurich investigations. We'll have more on the future of the Upper Pontalba building at 4 and 5 o'clock right here.